Robyn Dagger Dixon. You just as about as dumb as them green eyes and that silver toupee on top of your head standing behind that ugly ass man. Is y'all ready to joust? Let's get it.
Come on, Blazer.
It's the beef for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
Girl, we are back, and I just had to do a quick joke right quick, because Robyn, you's an idiot. You stupid. You dumb. You look weak. Your fans are probably tired and through of trying to defend you when there is no defending to be done. And yeah, now we know that Robyn Dixon was down there with a light-skinned woman. You heifer. And you just went and married him, girl. This just makes me sick to my stomach. Not because I can't stand Robyn Dixon, because we all know I don't like her. You know what I mean? But it's more or less because you make it bad for all women. You done went down there and married this man after all the tea. Well, the tea came out first that you was with another woman, talking about you knew everything about it. Girl, what are you doing? Why are you on this show? If you're going to hold tea to wait to your podcast, I'm with Carlos King. What are you doing here? Let me catch y'all up on what's going on. So Robyn Dixon got married, as we know, allegedly. And it turns out that she decides to go on her Reasonably Shady podcast with Gizzard to discuss how she already knew that Wine had a woman down there in the Georgetown streets and that she knew about it and they had got over it or whatever. And she was just waiting for it to come out. Well, why didn't you bring it out your damn self, girl? Now you sitting up here looking a damn fool like you always do. You know, Wendy ought to tell your ass a new one, but she's so happy to be around you. Who knows what's gonna happen. So on the clip I'm about to show you, this is when the tea first broke. You know, I know it broke when Karen got out there and said that she was saving wine and she knew about the woman in Georgetown. But this TikToker, I can't remember his name, but you'll see it up on the screen here in a second. He was the one who brought the first receipts out and was like, listen, I'm in touch with this girl who's saying she's got receipts from wine, that she liked wine, but things had to end abruptly. The girl basically said that Wine is a damn psychopath who likes to pass, give a little bit to his friends. But let y'all listen to the clip, girl, then we can get more into this commentary because this just irked my nerves.
Maryland helps because I was just reached out to by someone who allegedly dated Juan during the end of COVID for over a year. Let's talk about it. So this user, who will stay anonymous, reached out to me and basically let me know that she dated Juan for over a year during COVID. She sent me a screenshot of where she tagged her location just so that I knew that she was telling the truth. She did mention that Robyn does know, but asked her to not make it public, obviously. She also shared the very last text message that he sent her, which was on January 26th of 2022. So just almost a year ago at this point. She did not respond, but she explains why she stopped talking to him. She also shared a hotel invoice, which I have taken out a lot of the personal information because it did have Juan's personal info. So I've taken that out, but everything else on here is pretty much a normal invoice. This is a real hotel in Maryland, and I believe she was going to send this to producers, but I think she just didn't want to get caught in the crossfire because obviously Robyn knows about this and didn't want her to make it public. But it appears Juan allegedly was doing some weird things. Here's a close-up of the invoice. You can see Juan Dixon's name is on it. She also claimed that the reason why she stopped messing around with him was because he likes to, I guess, meet girls and I guess have his way with them, but then pass them off to his friends, which kind of sounds like ST to me a little bit. It's giving that vibe. She also said that one of the friends, who she did send me who this person was, came to her hotel room door when they, I guess, were going to take her back to the airport to fly back. And she says that the friend exposed himself and said that she needed to, fill in the blank. So that scared her, that turned her off. And so she went back home and she stopped all communication with him. But this is crazy. I'm still digging up some stuff, but I wanted to throw this out there because it does seem like things don't look as they appear on TV, at least from what people are telling me. And this was
So basically, this girl had already sent them receipts in over to a TikToker who lives over in Maryland. Not Gizzard, Robert, because y'all are one and the same. You about the dumbest bitch Martin Luther King died for. Now, you knew these receipts were going to get out because you're going to say it here on this next clip, but I don't understand why you wouldn't want to get in front of it and say what's going on your damn self. We all know Wine was cheating. Wine don't like you. We know that. We've seen it from multiple clips. Wine does not like you. Why are you putting it up to the world like y'all are in love or y'all trying to work on this when he said multiple times publicly that he don't like your ass? Now you're sitting up here looking a damn fool. You are the talk of the Potomac, the Real Housewives, and the Twitter streets, girl. Take a look at this clip of this heifer talking about this, and I'll come back with a little more commentary to see what y'all think.
First of all, I was aware of the situation before we filmed season 7.
Right.
And because this young lady was so pressed to tell me and to tell you, Giselle,
yes,
I assume she told the whole cast.
Right, because she DM'd me.
Right.
Right.
So all of season 7, I'm just like waiting for somebody to bring it up.
Because, Karen is good for thinking she got some tea.
Right. Or anybody. I mean, like that's our life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just ready for it. I'm waiting for it. And so when we're in Mexico and Ashley tells me that Karen, was talking about us, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is it.
Right.
And she talks about some blonde holding hand, him holding hands with a blonde in Georgetown and looks like Karen. I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous.
This is ridiculous.
Okay. Right. Whew. So that was, it was kind of comical to me. So then we go down that road. But however, I was already aware of the situation and I expected to talk about it on season 7.
Right.
Now, the situation when it was presented to me was discussed. It was handled. It was something we had to work through, you know. It was not something that it was just like, oh, okay, whatever.
Oh, yeah. No.
However, there are a lot of things that need to be cleared up with what's being said with what allegedly happened, which did not.
Now, this is what I don't like about this, Robyn. Now you get on your Reasonably Shady podcast and act like you already knew, you were anticipating and blah, 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 blah. And we the people in the streets don't believe you. I'm sorry, we just don't. Girl, you look dumb. What's that Karen who said you the ditziest bitch at the table? She wasn't lying. And shout out to Karen for spilling this tea, because this is something we all needed to hear and know. Even though we already knew in our hearts what was going on, we needed this to be out in public. Robyn, you look stupid. You look very dumb. Y'all, the Real Housewives of Potomac is real lame. Now that I really think about it, you heifers is lame as fuck. Y'all make up rumors just to have a show, a storyline. Y'all don't have no real lives. It's just insane, and I don't like that. It's like y'all don't even try to be original. Y'all don't even try to have genuine friendships, have genuine conversations, have genuine gossip, and get genuine tea. Y'all just be making stuff up as it goes along. It's from rumor to rumor. Child. Anyway, Nene went on the Breakfast Club. Now, I don't know if she's a regular on the Breakfast Club or not, but I know she did a segment about Miss Robyn Dixon, and she had some choice words for the Real Housewives of Potomac in her. Check it out.
Yeah, Real Housewives of Potomac, Robyn Dixon addresses allegation of Juan Dixon cheating. The Real Housewives of Potomac cast member Robyn Dixon recently admitted that her husband Juan Dixon did in fact have an affair with a woman while they were engaged. And that is one of the reasons why their wedding was delayed. Last week, a woman came forward alleging that she had a relationship with Juan during the pandemic, and she literally had receipts to prove it. Ooh, honey. Yes, for the starless Robyn Dixon, child.
What?
Starless, honey.
Starless?
Starless.
What the hell does that mean, Nene?
Like, these girls on these shows are just not stars. Like, if you really look at it, all of the stars that were on any of these franchises, they took them off. And everybody that's left is starless. Now, gone.
But I thought that show got high ratings.
Oh, that's it?
I don't know.
When last time you looked at those ratings, honey? Those ratings are
Nene, stop. Don't do that.
Do you watch the show or you don't watch that show?
I don't watch the show. I watch the clips, though, that come down social media. But I'm not really a TV watcher. I don't watch TV at all.
Okay.
Well, they spoke about it on the Reasonably Shady podcast on the Black Effect iHeartRadio podcast network. Okay.
Oh.
2 stars, Robyn and Giselle. I think they're stars.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then.
Wow. you the one that's reasonably shady. Lord, completely shady. That'd be the name of Nene podcast. Lord have mercy.
Well, you think they stars. So the side piece was going to become famous off of them. But are they famous?
Who? Robyn and Giselle?
No, I think she's talking about her.
Her and her husband.
Yeah, her and her husband. She said that the lady was going to become famous.
Off of them.
And I was like, are they famous? Is the question.
Yes. Robyn and Giselle on the
They're
Real
not
Housewives of
famous.
Potomac.
They may be
They got a
known.
hit podcast.
There's a difference between famous and known.
That's true. I agree with
And
that.
so I don't know about famous, but maybe gets known for a minute.
So do you think is Giselle famous?
No.
Okay, Candy is famous.
Yo,
Man, cut it out, Nene. Now, Nene, you just hating, Nene.
I am not hating. I'm just telling y'all the truth.
Come on now. Come on.
But I tell you, there's a difference between famous and being known.
There is.
That's all.
I thought a lot of them on the Real Housewives franchises were famous.
They all famous?
I would think so, especially on the Potomac in Atlanta.
They're famous?
I thought so.
Oh my God.
Candy is famous.
Yes.
Escape, Candy. Okay, but never mind.
You something else, Nene.
I haven't even said anything. I'm just looking at y'all. Say what now? Just tell me again. Okay, well, I will give Candy, yeah. But everyone else, I don't see it.
Hey, man, subscribe to the Reasonably Shady podcast.
Oh, you just saying it because that's yours.
That ain't mine. We partners. But
Okay, you
salute to
said
the
you're a
Reasonably
part of it.
Did you watch New York Housewives?
Who was even on that show? I think they got rid of the whole entire cast and they have a new cast.
Ebony K. Williams was on the show.
She was on it.
I don't know her either.
She'll be here this
now,
week.
is she famous or is she known?
I mean,
now you
that's a good
confused.
question.
Nene that is a great
That's a
question.
good question.
I don't know what that applies to with them, but that's
She's
a great
known.
question.
She's known.
She's known.
Yeah.
And she might be famous to some. I think fame is subjective, right? Like there's people that are famous, like Beyonce's famous.
Yeah,
we all know that.
Yeah, when you think of famous, I think of Beyonce.
But then everybody else is subjective because you can be walking through the mall with your 14-year-old and she might lose it over a TikTok star. So that TikTok star is famous to them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's all subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
think
guess,
so anyway.
honey. I guess, child. Well, anyway, since Envy and Charlamagne says Robyn is famous, I take it back. Famous Robyn Dixon and Juan Dixon.
Oh,
Sorry,
Man, subscribe to the Reasonably Shady podcast
You said
on the
that
Black
already.
Effect iHeartRadio Podcast Network, hosted by two people I think are stars, Robyn and Giselle. And that's why
Yes.
podcasts are important because you can control your own narrative. And I'm sure Robyn will be addressing Nene's starless claims.
Well, I could care less, honey. Go right ahead.
So now Carlos got on his podcast just to say he wish a bitch would. Carlos say all the shows he run, he wish he would have a doggone star on his show or anybody on his show, and they decide to spill tea that could have been spilled on the show on some doggone podcast. Listen to what Carlos King had to say, and he's going to say something real prevalent, that basically Real House of Atlanta is in Real Housewives of Potomac. They should not ever be compared. Robert, you done messed up the whole damn thing. I hope Andy fire your ass. That's where I'm at with it. I don't know if that's what he gonna necessarily say per se, because I would listen to the whole podcast. But here's a little snippet of how he feels about what the hell's been going on with this Robyn Dixon situation. Because like he said, as a producer, this is a no-no and unacceptable fat. Robyn, you have taken the biggest L of 2023, and this is only the 31st day of January. I can't believe this. Y'all check it out.
I'm gonna keep it all the way real on this podcast today because I am pissed. Robyn admitting that she hid her story from the world on the show that pays you is a slap in the face to everyone involved, including the audience. And the fact that you have the audacity to go on your podcast to reveal this, we spent this entire half-assed season with these made-up storylines about Chris Bassett. And yes, I'm going to say made up because I allegedly was told that a few of the housewives had a meeting before filming about what the storyline was going to be and that this Chris Bassett stuff was part of that conversation. I've always said there was something off about this season, and now I know what it is. None of y'all are living your real lives. Your admission, Robyn, has proven the fact that Potomac is nothing but a show about women exposing each other and throwing each other under the bus. It's not about real friendships, real relationships, or your real life. It's not about that anymore. I feel like the only persons who really want to give their real lives and really are looking for a connection with the cast is Candace, Wendy, Child, even Mia. The OGs, y'all are a big disappointment.
Now, that's what Carlos King had to say, also what Nene had to say, and what I had to say. If you ask me, Robert, your ass need to be fired. Just period. It was very selfish of you to spill that tea on that reasonably shady ass podcast. That don't mean people going to run to listen to it, because we not. And I really hope Andy fire your ass. That's just what I think, and I hope they light your ass up at the reunion. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Don't forget to follow me on TikTok, and I'll see you hoes later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.